Have you ever thought about what happens when a car brand just disappears? No more new models, no more support, and suddenly your dream car turns into a resale nightmare. Well, today we're diving into 5 car brands that might not even survive the next few years. And trust me, some of these will surprise you. In fact, one of them has already started shutting down production lines. So keep watching because if you're shopping for a new car, this video might just save you from making a really expensive mistake. Let's count them down, starting with number 5. Now, number 5 coming in, we have Infiniti. In the 90s, Infiniti was the luxury badge for Nissan. The Q45, the G35, people loved them. They were legit competition for Lexus and BMW. Fast forward to today, and Infiniti feels like a ghost of its former self. By 2026, their lineup will shrink to just 2 SUVs, the QX60 and the QX80. The problem is the QX80 is insanely overpriced, and the QX60 just ditched its bulletproof V6 for a sketchy Turbo 4 that's already had bearing failures and recalls. Not exactly confidence inspiring. Add in Nissan's shaky finances, and Infiniti looks less like a luxury competitor and more like a ticking time bomb. If Nissan doesn't pull off a miracle, Infiniti could end up right next to Saab, Saturn, and Pontiac in the graveyard. All right, at number 4, we have Mitsubishi. This one's been limping along for decades. Once upon a time, they gave us the Eclipse, the Lancer Evo, even the Montero SUV. Today, their lineup is about as exciting as a rental car lot. The only bright spot is the Outlander plug-in hybrid, and yes, it's actually a solid SUV. But one good model can't carry an entire brand. The rest of their lineup is outdated, uninspired, and uncompetitive. And let's talk about their so-called 10-year warranty. It sounds amazing on paper, but if you ask around, customers complain about denied claims, parts shortages, and a weak dealer network. Unless Mitsubishi reinvents itself fast, one tough recession could wipe them off the map completely. Now, number 3 is a big one, Stellantis. Now, Stellantis is complicated. Jeep and Ram are pretty safe. Dodge might survive, but the weaker brands under Stellantis, they're in big trouble. Take Chrysler. Their lineup is basically one car, the Pacifica minivan. That's it. And while the Pacifica has its fan, a single minivan cannot carry an entire brand. Dodge? The iconic Charger and Challenger muscle cars are gone, replaced with an electric Charger that most buyers aren't touching. The Dodge Hornet? It's overpriced, Italian built, and slammed by reviewers. And don't get me started on Alfa Romeo, Fiat, and Maserati. Alfa and Fiat are niche jokes in the US, and Maseratis are one of the top depreciating cars in the market. Stellantis is spread way too thin, and unless they cut the dead weight, one or more of these brands could vanish within the next decade. Number 2 shouldn't come to a surprise to anybody, Jaguar. This one hurts. Jaguar used to be the definition of class and performance. The E-Type, the XJ sedans, they were pretty solid, but today, Jaguar has basically hit the brakes on everything. The only car left in 2026 will be some leftover F-Pace SUVs that dealers are desperate to unload. Their plan is to reboot as a 100% EV luxury brand. It sounds bold, but here's the problem. High-end EV sales are already soft, and Jaguar's reputation isn't exactly strong enough to take on Tesla. So while the name might technically survive, in reality, Jaguar as we know it is already gone. And finally, the number 1 spot goes to VinFast. The Vietnamese EV startup that made headlines for its big promises and has been face-planting ever since. Now on paper, the VF8 and VF9, it looked competitive. But in reality, reviewers tore them apart for being overpriced, underpowered, and poorly built. Add in safety concerns and whistleblowers saying corners were cut, and it's no wonder buyers are staying far away. Even with massive discounts and cheap lease deals, nobody wants them. This is deja vu all over again. Think Fisker Karma, think City, or Coda EV. Brands that promised the future but disappeared overnight. Now, unless VinFast completely reinvents itself, it's almost certain to follow the same path. So there you have it, the top 5 brands that may just vanish from our roads. So what do all these brands have in common? Weak products, shaky finances, and most importantly, lost consumer trust. Meanwhile, Toyota, Honda, even Hyundai are thriving because they deliver what people actually want: value, reliability, and support. At the end of the day, when cars are this expensive, Nobody wants to gamble on a brand that might not even exist in 5 years. And hey, if you found this breakdown helpful, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching. I'm DC5 James, and I'll see you on the next video.